Oi, tudo bem? I am Luciana from Street Smart Brazil. My client and I were talking about how important it is to set personal and professional goals for ourselves. While my client enjoys talking about personal growth, I do too, so we read great articles and watch videos on the topic to inspire our conversations during class. So I asked my client to make a list of things that she wanted to start doing and things that she felt that she needed to stop doing. I already have a lesson on the blog on how to say to start doing something in Portuguese. And I also in the lesson tell you how to avoid common mistakes with the verb começar. So you can click on the green square and save that lesson for later. But I realized that I didn't have a lesson on how to say to stop doing something. And this is what you will learn with this lesson. How to say things such as you need to stop smoking, it has stopped raining, and much more. And I want to start by giving you a big tip. Leave the ing alone. And when I say the ing, is this verb form when you say speaking. In English, it ends in ing. In Portuguese, it's ndo, falando. Or another example is learning, aprendendo. The use of the ing form of verbs is much more common in English than it is in Portuguese. And this is the source of common mistakes by speakers of Portuguese as a foreign language. In Portuguese, you basically only use this ing form, or NDO in Portuguese, to indicate that someone is doing something now, or to say that something is happening now. So in other words, we use this verb form in the present continuous tense. For example, sentences like I'm teaching a lesson, you're learning Portuguese, it's raining. And I don't have this in Portuguese because I just want to explain you a concept here. This is not really part of the lesson, this verb tense. Other than that, if you're not talking about something that is happening at the moment, you're much better off leaving the ing alone, because in English you say things like smoking is not good for you, but in Portuguese we do not use the ing form in that sentence. I actually have 2 lessons where I show patterns where in English you use the ing, but in Portuguese we use the infinitive. So you can click on those lessons and watch them later. So now let's look at the verb parar, since we're going to learn about to stop doing something. Parar is a regular verb. Here is the present tense conjugation. Remember the present tense conjugations of regular verbs? The stronger syllable is the second to last. It's never the last syllable. So I'm going to conjugate it in the present. Eu paro. Ok? Eu paro. Você para. Ele para. Ela para. Nós paramos. Vocês param. Eles param. Elas param. And here's the conjugation of the simple past tense. Eu parei. So past tense is different for the stressed syllable. In the singular persons, like eu, it's the last syllable. Parei. Okay? So eu parei. Você parou. Ele parou. Ela parou. Now in the plural persons, it's again, the stronger syllable is the second to last. Nós paramos. Vocês pararam. Eles pararam. Elas pararam. In this plural form of vocês, eles, elas, very important to place the emphasis on the second to last syllable, because if you place the emphasis or the stronger syllable as the last syllable, you're actually conjugating the future form, not the past tense. Great, so now let's see how to say to stop doing something in Portuguese. The structure is very simple. You use the verb parar in the tense that you need. It's followed by the preposition de, which is followed by the infinitive of the main verb or the action verb in the sentence. João precisa parar de fumar. So all the translations Examples and translations are on the blog post, so you can click the link there to visit the blog post, and also the link is in the video description. I'm gonna read this one again. João precisa parar de fumar. Quero parar de trabalhar até tarde. Quero parar de trabalhar até tarde. Parou de chover. Parou de chover. Notice that when in English you use the present perfect tense, in this sentence I would say it has stopped raining. In Portuguese we simply use the simple past. Parou de chover. This causes a lot of trouble to both English and Spanish speakers when they're speaking Portuguese, so keep this in mind. Não pare de sonhar. Não pare de sonhar. And that is a nice picture of the beach in Rio, isn't it? Are you planning a trip to Brazil? Well, if you are, get my travel Portuguese lesson to easily learn 31 travel Portuguese phrases and questions that will be useful in any trip to Brazil. So click there to visit the lesson. You will be able to download a handout with all the sentences and translations to English and a link to the video lesson where I pronounce all the sentences. Bia, você tem que parar de reclamar da vida. Bia, você tem que parar de reclamar da vida. I have a video lesson on how to say that you have to do something. In this sentence, you have você tem que. So to check out this other lesson, just click on the picture below. How is your Portuguese advancing? If you want to develop the ability to have real conversations in Portuguese and do it comfortably, a trained instructor is the most effective way to get there. We teach Brazilian Portuguese through Skype, so book a trial lesson with us to see how we can make a difference in your Portuguese. Muito obrigada for watching this lesson. I will see you soon. Tchau, tchau.